I am welcoming everyone here live and those of you who are watching to the 8th Holy Night contemplation together. As always, at the end of this little discussion, you will find a 5-minute energy alignment. And today I want to urge you to work with it. Yeah, we've explored the spiritual science and the spiritual realms above us and within ourselves here in these past 7 discussions. And today we are looking at the midpoint, the still point, the 0 point, if you will, of these mysteries of the holy nights unfolding for us. We're going to be talking about the 8th hierarchy, higher spiritual management levels above us humans that we are aspiring to, and we are investigating how they work through us. So what's the practical use of this? Let's go into inquiry here. What are we doing? Why are we tuning into these things that are so difficult for us to imagine even? Because they're so higher, so high above us as sort of pay grade, okay? We struggle with our 3D stuff, with our way of thinking, our way of feeling and emoting, and especially with our will, with our ability to follow through on our good intentions. And of course, here on this last day of the week, New Year's Eve, everybody reminds us to set new goals and write up a plan for 2025. And we know how this goes with New Year's resolutions. They have about an 8-day expiration date. So let's approach this a little differently here and see how this can help us in our way of seeing ourselves and seeing the world that we're in, and especially looking into the future. So as we're unlocking these different realms of spirit beings seemingly outside of us, we now realize that those are realms within ourselves, that these different spiritual hierarchies work with, these cosmic forces. So as we're unlocking these different realms of spirit beings, we are forming an inner alphabet or a new language of the spirit. It, even if you can't see it yet, it's forming a roadmap for you, or an inner lexicon of sensations, how I usually call it, that allows you to develop your spiritual senses and organs that lie more or less dormant in most of us, and begin to feel something within, to have an inner experience of these 3 sort of different soul capacities, that work through us, in all of us every day, whether we are aware of them or not, through our thinking, through our feeling, and through our willing. But as we are tuning into them, into the higher faculties of that, the higher levels of imagination, inspiration, and intuition, we're developing higher virtues. We're developing more wisdom, more strength and courage, and also more positivity, more beauty, more sort of openness, for the world and the meaning and purpose of our own existence here. In short, We are refining, we are developing our higher perception and combine it with our moral, with our empathetic considerations. Yeah? So this comes through you internalizing this, through you feeling into these different aspects of yourself. So it's no surprise that spiritual teachers or guides like me, form sort of a systematic way of building these bricks and components of this bridge between the material and spiritual world in us, because we have to gradually sort of tune into an inner experience as we are combining knowledge with our inner love, with our inner wisdom, as we are combining what we are seeing, what we're perceiving with our internal feeling, as we are combining sort of the hunches that we have, the intuition that we have about what is happening in the world, what is good for me, what is bad for me, what is, something that you want, that you need, or something that you should let go of. As we are combining all this with our inner experiences, we are unlocking these faculties in us. And with that also refining our spiritual or higher perception. So in our contemplation, in this 8th of the Holy Nights, the transition between the years, we want to sort of build an imagination, an imagery in our head, and that is that instead of looking at the clock and, the minute counter or the second counter for midnight, imagine this holy night that is aligned to the first rank, the highest sort of trinity of spirit beings, as the actual still point of doingness. And kind of like the 7th day, in Genesis. The actual still point of doingness and the orientation to stillness and listening. Listening to what the future has in store. So the active imagery that you can work with maybe for this day, this night, this 24-hour period is the moment that the earth, the personified spirit being that resides within the earth, our beloved Gaia, literally stands still and listens to the cosmic intelligence asking what she needs to prepare, what she needs to work on, as her inner spirit is awakening again. And this is expressed here on the material level, on the physical level, of course, through these nature spirits reawakening, the earth becoming active, and becoming alive, even though on the outside, if you're in the northern hemisphere right now, everything is maybe dark, overcast, or covered with snow. Everything seems to be lifeless. But really, what has happened with the winter solstice and these holy nights that have been occurring since then, these last 10 days, new life force has been flowing into nature. And a new cycle begins, a new future begins. So as we connected with the soul of the Divine Feminine yesterday, with the curiosities that are working through us as the powers or the mights that connect us with this ever re-emerging willingness to grow, to evolve, to move on, to carry on. Now we've initiated this imagery in us already. Today or tonight, we can go a little deeper and enter this process with the planet, with Gaia, by dedicating maybe 5 minutes, the more the better, in total inner stillness. In gratitude and appreciation for the forces that guide us here in our physical experience of our higher self. And meditate with the intention to listen, to connect with our future awareness, not through bombarding it with wishes and, I got to do this, I got to get better at this, I got to go to the gym more, blah, blah, blah. You see, we are actually hindering these forces that are working with us in this time by sort of superimposing our unconscious stuff into the future awareness. It's of course important to learn how to direct our manifestation energies. But tonight, at this still point, at this 0 point of impending great forces awakening in us, it's important that we listen first. So we've learned that the spirit realm, these forces that I just mentioned, that they actively work with us through our inner experiences. And that's why it is so important. It's probably never been more important than right now in this day and age, where our attention is constantly hijacked, where life has become so fast-paced that we no longer even consider to just sit in stillness. And what we are preventing, or what we are stifling through this way of living, is the refinement, the ability to purify and ennoble our own being. It's almost like we're getting so ADHD that we have to keep repeating first grade, if you will. So today's alignment has to do with allowing our will, our ability to follow through, and our ability to direct our manifestation attention, to the things that truly matter, to refine our discernment. And instead of allowing this bombardment of these robotic thoughts, I pointed this out. We work on this here at transCODES all the time, and I keep telling you that 80% of your time, of your thoughts, aren't even your own. The part of our job here is to develop a free thinking and independent thinking, where we actively engage with our thinking process and ask ourselves, why am I thinking this way? Is this a thought that I want to think? If we would all do this, we would have a lot less problems with anxiousness or overwhelming emotions or physical reactions. So this dedication, this tuning in to the hierarchy to the spiritual hierarchy that can actually help us with refining our perception and developing our discernment, is dedicated to the thrones, as you probably know it, or the Tronoi in Greek, the spirits of will. So with listening inward, listening to your thinking, listening to your feeling, and also listening to your sensing, your body, we are consciously witnessing the awakening of these forces, and with it also higher perception within us. We're opening ourselves for a new level of conscious will, of conscious manifestation, if you will. And with it also the courage to follow through on our intentions for this new year. So you see, it's not about the content of your goals. It is the process of forming your goals and your intentions that we need to pay attention to. Yeah, so spiritually seen, the meaning of this New Year's Eve is the peak of cosmic forces working with us, which allows us to listen, to receive information about the future. Also, of course, the challenges ahead and what it is that we need to prepare for. And this is something that many of us don't want to do. We just want to think our way into some kind of positive future. Don't really want to deal with the truth of it. But guys, we've learned this now. Without truth, there cannot be freedom. And without freedom, there cannot be wisdom. We have to allow ourselves to freely feel and think through all these choices that we do every day. If we don't do this, especially at times right now, where there's a strong impact of these etheric forces working with us unwillingly, where we become instruments of darkness unwillingly through our minds. Yeah, this is the biggest task that we all have right now, is to reclaim our free thinking, our free feeling, and also the ability to self-heal and refine our body, the temple, the throne, that we were given to have this physical experience of our higher self, this training course, as I called it. So on this 8th transition of the 12 Holy Nights, it's really about disciplining our ego, mind, our body, and our emotions, and learn to discern our projections. That we are sort of white-knuckled trying to impose into the future. Yes, I want to become rich. I want to be this. I want to do that. We're sort of projecting something into the future that in most of our cases isn't even true to us. And we can't see this, we can't feel this, we can't intuit it, because we have too much of this superimposed, spoon-fed mind control, if you will, that is directing us into imagining, for example, a dire future, a dark future, wars, devastation, climate crisis, the extinction of humanity, etc., etc., which then creates this kind of future for us individually as well as collectively. So there's a big responsibility. This is what I meant with moral consideration earlier, that when you awaken this higher perception in you, you will realize that each and every one of us is a co-creator of the future. But we got to align to it. We got to be in tune with it. And it cannot happen without the discernment of what is true and what isn't. What is freedom and what isn't. What is love and what isn't love. These projections, that you, or many of you, if you don't do it consciously, will all find on your goal list for 2025. They need to be refined. They need to become more conscious in you. Why do you want this? What are you trying to get from this? Are you just, wishing for a better future for yourself so that you have an easier life? How does, the entirety of all the people that you are in contact with, that you have an impact to, how do your goals affect them? These are some questions that can help you to refine your goal list. And perhaps pierce through, these robotic, these superimposed sort of manipulations or outer influences of darkness. So you see, with each of these hierarchies, we are turning on another light within ourselves. We are seeing more. We are also realizing the higher degrees of complexity, and with it also the responsibility that we have, how we are contributing to this. So you can contribute to a brighter, to a more conscious, a more beautiful future for all of us, no matter where you're at, by consciously imagining more truth, more freedom, and more love in your life, even if it means that you have to go through breakups or letting go or, kicking things out or taking on new challenges. Because by doing that, you are actually connecting with the thrones, the forces, the mights of will and courage that can help you to feel more wisdom, more strength, more courage, and more beauty within yourself. So in that, my message to you today is that the quality of your future, or your ability to manifest and follow through with your intentions, is linked to your ability to discern. To know the difference between truth and untruth, between freedom and control, between love and lovelessness. So without this faculty, a faculty of higher perception, all the affirmations in this world, all the cool tools and gadgets that they come out with every year, manifest your dreams overnight, in your sleep, whatever. I'm hearing things every day where I cringe inside. I can't believe that we are so naive still to believe that if you just want something hard enough, it will become reality. This is not how this goes, guys. Until you can control or master what you are thinking, which is the energy that you put out into your future, okay, you have no clue what it actually is that you are manifesting. And engaging in this process of really investigating the quality of your thinking is not comfortable. It's a lot of work because you will discover negativity. You will discover fear. You will discover doubt, and you will discover resentment in most of your thinking processes. Yeah, because that is sort of the phenomenon, the symptom of being disconnected from spirit. It is a phenomenon of our time right now, yeah, where we are basically walking, yeah, we're past the peak of materialism and now walking on a new path, namely the path of spiritualizing ourselves again as a whole humanity, as a whole sort of spiritual hierarchy that we are, the lowest hierarchy, yeah, the spirit babies that we are. So today's empowerment is solely dedicated, or should be dedicated, to letting go of the old and becoming more aware, more conscious, yeah, of all your streams of thinking, emoting, and choosing that do not bring more truth, more love, or more freedom into your life, yeah, to ditch them and instead, in stillness, create a new space in which you invite these mights, these forces to come in by asking, what do I need to prepare for? What can I contribute to bringing more love, more truth, more freedom, more wisdom, more strength, more beauty into my life? So with that, I'm wishing you a very thoughtful, but still transition into the new year. I hope that you enjoyed this. Tomorrow, after our daily live stream at the same time, we will then do a special for our online community here, tuning into 2025. Not just with me telling you via my inner experience, but tuning into 2025 together. Yeah, and learn to actively refine our higher perception together. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year to you in the Southern Hemisphere. You've already walked over this bridge, but you're still within this 24-hour window right now. Much love. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Future. Take a deep breath and allow your spirit to be fully present in the now. Feel into the new beginning of conscious growth and the love for your sacred journey. Listen into the silence. Can you hear the voice in your heart?
Take time and space to listen to the whispers of your soul and feel the presence of your sacred self. With every conscious sacred self moment, remind yourself that you are not your thoughts or your doubts. You are not your sensations. You are not your emotions. You are the consciousness that experiences them. The observer of daily ups and downs, and also the witnesser of divine order unfolding. Inner joy or desperation are merely momentary reactions to your highest potential unfolding. Future is in stillness. Future is in the now. You are your future. Claim your power to choose your future by making each and every choice a conscious manifestation of your sacred self, even if your ego doesn't know where it will lead you. Know that your true self guides you, and send your gratitude back to it so it knows that you are present. Once you can feel the love for who you are, you know you have arrived in your future. Rest in the stillness of your heart now, so that you can take a leap of faith, knowing that your sacred self is stronger than the fear of the unknown and the pain of the past. Thank you.